people are hating on Rapha's latest jersey release, which has been banded as uninspired and looking like an AliExpress knockoff.
Meme Pages had a field day with this one.
They did.
It just looks like an old Rapha jersey from when they first
Which I think is
started
meant to be
making
the point,
jerseys.
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure maybe 10 years ago they did a reissue of this
Basically
kind of
this.
thing as well. They just do it every now and again. And it's a nod to jerseys from 50 years ago or whatever it was. You know, like it's just a callback to history. So the kit brand unveiled their latest design earlier this month. A very simple black jersey with a large white band and the company's name across the chest in a bold, basic font. I have to say the font is a bit...
Rubbish.
Yeah. It's a nice font. It just doesn't...
That is the main problem, I think, with this jersey.
The font feels too modern for a classic design.
Exactly.
The jersey was released even to celebrate Rapha's 20th anniversary and is a homage to the Tour of Flanders classic jersey of the past. They say the Rapha logo has been reworked in tribute to Tom Simpson's team in 1961. Tom Simpson, why do I know that name?
He's the guy who died during a mountain stage of the Tour.
Wow. So the feedback from Rapha fans hasn't been that positive. One of the most liked comments on their Instagram post said, the new season colours are shockingly basic. No fun graphics, no brand identity beside a 6-year-old arm strap. What's going on at Rapha? Why can Map/Paz have cool creative stuff, but you can't? Another joked, can you please make the logo bigger? That is quite good. And someone else said, the intent is great, but this execution just isn't it. I loved Rapha years back. Set a timer in the middle of the night to grab all those Japan collab fabric caps. Looked forward to all the seasonal releases. I'm sorry, but there isn't anything outstanding or fun anymore. Brand needs a zap of life.
I think the main problem is the font. You have an interest in fonts, Francis. What's your analysis of this font?
I think it looks all right. The
Let's do a
font's fine.
20-minute deep dive into this font.
No, it's all right. Sans serif thing. I guess it's like when you put Helvetica on a Cannondale.
Yes.
It doesn't quite work. Something about it.
It's too modern to look classic, which I'm assuming maybe they want to update it, but then it's too basic to look modern.
Why has this made the news? It's funny the things people catch onto, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Like,
yeah,
they probably released it not as a massive deal, and then suddenly it's been blasted everywhere.
totally. But any press is good press, right?
Yeah, we're talking about it.
Not if all of the presses don't buy stuff from Rapha because they're out of touch.
I think number one, this was like an RCC limited release thing, so they always do kind of more off the cuff stuff. But I think that a lot of people thought it was basic. A lot of people also said like it looks like an AliExpress Temu knockoff thing.
I like simple design. I don't love the font with that jersey, but I do think it is still quite nice. I guess based on some of those comments as well, I guess people are just, like 10 years ago or 8 years ago, whatever it was, when we were doing kit stuff, the stuff that stood out was the really bold stuff, the striking patterns. And I feel like, there was a lot of people, including us, that were doing like fully patterned bib shorts.
Yeah.
And even when we were doing it, it was kind of like, why would you do that? Whereas I don't know, maybe that is evolved more. Maybe people now really don't want simple, basic.
There's
clean
way
design.
more patterned bib shorts and things being worn by people.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like the map stuff, Attacus do some, like it's just mental kit. Looks cool. Like,
One of the things that Rapha is good at is kind of standing apart from the crowd, and they're usually one of the first people to adopt new things. And maybe actually they're seeing that so many things are bright and bold that they've purposely gone very understated, but it hasn't quite hit the mark. For
Bear in
whatever
mind,
reason.
they probably also have 50 jersey
Exactly.
designs.
This is it. Yeah. They probably do have wild ones. Do you think that it's hard to be original and fun in the sort of kit space now because it's so saturated?
Yeah, absolutely. Like everything's been done one way or another.
Yeah.
So it always, I think now it really just comes down to preference. Like they will undoubtedly sell out of this jersey because some people will want it.
Yeah. Café de Cyclist, they've started playing with different fabrics that you wouldn't usually find in the kit space, which is kind of interesting. I guess that's sort of patterns and fabrics is a place. All jerseys end up looking the same. But I guess that's for a reason because they're performance garments in a way. But
during the Malaysia trip, this is a bit of a tangent, I was amazed at how many other bike packers and tourers were using like just normal t-shirts, flappy normal t-shirts, and visibly very uncomfortable and saturated in sweat.
Yeah.
And it was just like horrible. And it just was a reminder why technical clothing is a better choice. Because I look at it and I go, I quite like the idea of a t-shirt ride. I really want to do that. I want to ride, I want the photos that I look back on of a trip to be kind of in normal clothes. But it's just slow and uncomfortable and annoying. Sadly.
It kind of depends.
But I think maybe it's the type of riding we were doing.
Yeah,
because we're not riding 40k a day. We're riding
if we were going to do like
70 miles or whatever.
If we were going to do off-road to Scotland and back over like a few days, you could do that on a t-shirt and you wouldn't even be phased by the fact that you're doing it in a t-shirt and you'd be a bit more comfortable.
A climate, isn't it?
If you're riding in 40 degrees with 100% humidity, then you don't want a sail on you that's absolutely drenched.
There's the company as well, isn't it? I think Ben, Lawrence, and I, we all have ridden roadie style rides for a long time, and when we're like, right, we're going to ride the next section and it's heads down. Like a lot of people don't do that. But if we were doing that in flappy stuff, you'd kind of be like, oh, it's a bit annoying that I'm wearing flappy stuff, isn't it?
You should do a little knot at the back.
Oh, yeah. Or like Britney Spears.
Yeah.